Study Objective 3 deals with the different types of business activities. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this topic in this class. This gets revisited in some detail in Accounting 212. But basically, you can categorize every kind of business transaction into one of three categories: financing, investing, and operating. Financing activities basically involve the getting of money by a business or the paying back of that money. So you can get money one of two ways. And I'm not talking about the typical business that a company's in. So obviously, a retail store can sell products to get money that way. I'm talking about kind of if you think about it from a perspective of before a company starts or when it's just getting going. So you can get money by issuing stock to stockholders or by borrowing money, and then also paying back stockholders through dividends or paying back the bank that you borrowed money from. Those kind of activities are also financing activities as well. Investing activities are um, um, activities where the company is securing its property, plant, and equipment, basically long-lived assets. And also, if it sells those kinds of things, then that's also an investing activity. And then operating activities is by far the most inclusive type of activity. This is anything that the company is engaging in as part of its normal operations. So if you're McDonald's, let's say, then selling any kind of food product that they sell, buying the materials to make those food products, paying their employees, insuring their buildings, paying utility bills, all of those kind of things are normal operations, and they fall into the operating activity category. In study objective 4, we get into how financial information gets communicated to the users of financial information that we talked about in study objective 2. Um, so this is a very important kind of initial introduction to the different kinds of financial statements that companies issue. First is the income statement. This financial statement is always issued for a period of time. So this statement starts off at zeros and it accumulates data over time, and it reports the profit of a business for that period of time. So it starts off with all the revenues. This is the money the company has earned by selling things to its customers or providing services. And then all of the expenses that the company has to incur are subtracted from those revenues, and profit or net income is arrived at. The next financial statement, and they're in a certain order because this is the order that they are prepared in. The next financial statement is the retained earnings statement. This statement simply shows users what earnings or profits have been retained inside the company since the inception of the company, and it rolls forward from 1 month to the next, or from 1 year to the next. So you can see in this example, there's a beginning balance on October 1st of 0. This must be a brand new company in the example. Net income, or the profit for that period, is added, and then dividends that are paid out to shareholders are subtracted. So this gives you the profits that were retained within the company. So that is prepared next. Notice it has to be prepared after the income statement because the income from the income statement is a part of this statement, so you can't make this statement without the income statement being made first. And that same logic applies to the next statement as well. Retained earnings ending balance is right here, and that is needed to prepare a balance sheet. The balance sheet is a financial statement that is prepared as of a point in time or a specific date. All right, it is a collection of assets that a company owns, a listing of all the liabilities or the people that are owed by the company, and then it shows you what's left over in what's called an equity section. And you can see this ending retained earnings balance is down here. It must be derived before the balance sheet can be finished. And we're going to go into more detail on these financial statements in upcoming later in this chapter, and also in you'll work in this chapter on this, and then we'll see a lot more detail in chapter 2.